everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melody, a romance and YA author, and I've been wanting to do a video for a while about book covers. When I decided that I wanted to be an indie author, I knew that that meant I was going to have to make my own book covers. Whether that meant making the book covers myself, like actually designing them myself, or getting a graphic designer to make the covers for me. I knew that that was going to be one of the options. Now, if you're traditionally published, you don't have to worry about the book covers. In fact, if you're traditionally published, you're really probably not going to have any say-so over the book covers. So if you get a book cover that you don't like, that's unfortunately not your choice. But I do like the idea of being self-published and kind of having some say-so in what my cover looks like. Because I've actually seen some traditionally published books with some pretty bad covers. Or sometimes I've seen books with it's like they whoever designed the book cover, did they even read the book? You know, like one time I read this book and the character on the cover had blonde hair, and when you read the book you discover she actually had red hair. She had like strawberry blonde hair. So like they kind of messed up that book cover. There was another book that I read. I didn't finish the book because I didn't like it. I won't say who the author was. But on the book cover, there was a picture of a dog. And I don't remember what kind of breed the dog was, but it was a completely different breed from the dog in the book. And like some of the reviewers like definitely pointed that out. Like they said, you know, you said this dog was a such and such breed, but on the cover they've got this different dog breed. So that really like kind of messed it up for some people. So I like the fact that I can have control over my own book covers and like no mistakes like that will be made. I can have the character have the correct hair color. I can have the correct dog breed on my cover. But then I'm faced with the problem, like how do I do book covers? And I just had so many questions. So I decided I'm going to do this video because I'm hoping that I could help answer some questions that maybe some other authors might have about book covers. So the first book cover that I wanted to do was for my book One Big Mess, which is coming out sometime this year. And I was looking around. I didn't want to make the book cover myself because I didn't know what I was doing. So I looked around on different websites and I tried to find one that would work. Now you have a couple different options if you want someone else to make the book cover. You could do a pre-made cover. So, you know, you look on a bunch of websites, a lot of people make a bunch of pre-made covers. They just have like a space where you can put in the title and the author name, but you kind of get what you get. Like there's nothing you can change about it. But the good thing is that you know exactly what the cover is going to look like. So there is that. The other thing you could do is have someone design a custom cover for you. And lots of book covers, I think, work in different ways. I think some book covers, they basically just need to know the general idea and what you're looking for, and then maybe they come up with several options of what might work. Or you could have a book cover designer that might want a little bit more from you to help them design the book that you want to do. So what I actually did was I had someone design the book cover for me, but I actually provided the stock image for her. That was one of the things that she actually preferred people to do. So I had this girl named Stephanie who owns this website called Beautiful Book Covers, and I will put a link down in the description. She has some very, very, very beautiful book covers. I fell in love with like all of them. She has covers for different genres as well. And so I knew when I saw her book covers, I was like, yes, I think that she is the book designer for me. So I think first of all, what you should do when you're thinking about having someone design a book cover for you is look and see what they have already done. And if you like their style, then that's a good indication that you might like what kind of book cover they might come up for you. So I really love the covers on Stephanie's website, but even though she had beautiful pre-made covers, I couldn't find one that actually fit my story. So I had her made a custom made book cover for me, which, like I say, involved me choosing the stock image, which was really fun. So then I went to the stock image website that she had subscriptions for, and I looked through pictures of all these teenagers who were stressed out and you know, angsty and all these things, and I found this image that I really loved. So I told Stephanie what the image was, and she basically did her magic and she created this beautiful book cover for me. I'll put that in the video so you can see what it looks like. So yes, it's a very, very beautiful book cover. And it was just a very simple book cover too, you know, just the stock image, and she put the text on it, and she just did an amazing job. Now the price I paid for the book cover was $190. What that involved was, it was $150 for the ebook cover, and then I also chose to do an audiobook cover, so the additional audiobook cover was $40, so $190 in total. And what I did was I paid half of the money up front, and then once I got the design back, I paid the final balance that was due. And it was actually a really good price for a book cover, you know, because you can buy book covers that are way more expensive than that. Some of the pre-mades are probably cheaper than that. So I got a really great deal on the book cover, and she was great to work with. She was really fast, and so I definitely would be willing to work with her again. Now the only thing though is that I got to thinking is that I have a lot of books. If you go to my website, I have got like blurbs of all of my upcoming books, but I just want you to know that those are not all of the books that I'm working on. I'm working on so many more books, and so I'm gonna have a lot of books. This is gonna, you know, be going on for a long time. So what's gonna be happening is that I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on book covers unless I learn how to do this myself. And I kind of want to learn how to do this myself. Not only will it save me money, but also it's actually just kind of fun for me. It's just something that I've discovered that I enjoy doing. But I'm not really all that great at it yet, so I need to get better at it, but I'm willing to learn. I really just got to thinking, I don't know if I want to keep spending all this money, because that's a lot of money. If I pay $150 for each book cover, say I do one image, yeah, if I do one image, it was $150, and if I do all 4 books in my Anna series, that's $600. And then she had on her prices, if you do more than one stock image, it's $300. So she had like 2 different pricing tiers. So if I do a $300 book, and some of my books definitely would need more than one stock image, it's just gonna add up. I still think her prices are very, very reasonable compared to some other book cover websites, but I just know that the volume of books that I am going to be writing is going to be a very expensive thing for me. So I think it's time for me to start learning how to make my own book covers, and that way I can save some money and I can have some fun at it too. So the first thing I looked at was BookBrush. And BookBrush is kind of, I've heard a lot of good things about BookBrush. It's kind of like Canva. If you played around in Canva, I like to make some of my YouTube thumbnails in Canva, and I made my website logo in Canva. So you can do a lot of different things in Canva. And you can actually make a book cover, an ebook cover in Canva as well. But I hear some people that say you really, I guess they don't recommend they recommend that you don't do that, because that's not really what Canva is for. It's not really geared toward authors. While BookBrush is geared toward authors, it's just like Canva for authors, basically. So I did try out BookBrush, and I've not tried out their paid plans. What they have is a subscription that you can buy every month, which it does seem like a reasonable price. And one of the things I do like about it is that you can make mock-ups like for like ads, and you can do some really cool things with BookBrush. I'm not going to do a whole tutorial on BookBrush. I don't really know enough about it to give a tutorial about it, but I'm sure you can find some things on YouTube about it. But it really seems it seems very fun, and it seems very easy. Basically, you can make ads with it. You can make a book cover, but you do have to pay for it if you do the book cover. Now, I would say that BookBrush is for very simple book covers. If you just have like 1 or 2 images, it's just for very simple book covers. If you need to do any fancier stuff with your photos, I don't think BookBrush is the way to go. But if you need a simple and quick and easy book cover, I think it's definitely worth it. I think the one thing I will caution about BookBrush is that it does have free images, which is great. That's wonderful that it has free images. I think the free images come from like a free stock image website, which is wonderful. And I'm not saying that you can't use those pictures, but I would just be very, very careful about using a picture if you don't really know where it came from. Because you can't just like go to Google and find an image that you like and put it on your book. You just can't do that, because you could run into all kinds of like copyright issues and all these things. So just be very cautious about using those images, because if you don't really know where they came from, you just don't want to run into any issues. I think actually the better option to do is, if you want to use an image for your book, go to a reputable stock image website. I really like Deposit Photos and Shutterstock. I found some great images on both of those websites. I haven't signed up for their plan yet. I'm just still actually collecting images that I like, but they're really fun because you can go on those websites, you can save photos as your favorites. And I did look at the fine print of both of those websites because I wanted to know, am I allowed to use those photos on a book cover? And you are. It does allow that. That's like the standard license. And so you can use the stock image for your ebook cover. For ebook cover, I think it's like unlimited, you know, because it's digital. Now for print covers, you can use the stock images for print covers, but you can use it for like 500,000 copies. I think that's it. If I'm wrong, I will put a correction in the video. You can use the standard license for 500,000 prints. Anything more than that, it looks like you would have to purchase an extended license. I don't think I'm going to sell 500,000 books, so I don't think I need to worry about that. But it is totally okay to use those pictures on your book covers. And on a related matter, I never knew this, and if I never knew this, you may not know this either, but did you know that fonts can also have a copyright? Like whatever font you want to use for your book title and your author name on your book, make sure that font is open source, because there are some fonts that are not licensed for commercial use. Just Google the font and just find out if it's still licensed for commercial use. I think pretty much all the fonts that are on your computer, like that are built in, I think those are okay, but like I say, double check, go to Google, type in the name of the font you want to use, find out if you can use it for commercial use. That way you won't get into any trouble. I never knew that about fonts. I didn't know that fonts had a copyright on them. Like that never even occurred to me. So make sure any font you use is okay to use. Now, one more thing I want to mention about BookBrush is that they do have this background removal tool, which I have not tried because you have to have a paid subscription to try that feature. But it does look pretty cool. You know, you just have a picture like of a subject and you can remove the background. So that looks pretty fun. I have, though, discovered a free background removal website. I will put that link in the description. It's a really easy website. All you have to do is go to the website, you upload the picture, and within seconds, it removes the background, and then you can download it. Now, it's not a high quality picture. I think you can get like a high quality picture, but you have to, I think you have to pay for it. But if you just like want to play around and remove the background, I'm starting to do that for my thumbnails, for my YouTube thumbnails. It's just a really fun and easy website, and it's just an easy way to remove the background. So you can try that if you just need to quickly remove the background. Now, I do like BookBrush, and I think that I will definitely use it for like mock-ups and ads and things like that. But I'm not sure I want to use it for my book covers, because I feel like my book covers are probably going to be a little bit more involved. And so the thing that you probably mostly think about when you think about designing a book cover is you probably think of Photoshop. I asked a friend of mine who I knew did her own book covers what program she used, and I thought it was Photoshop. And she replied back that she had actually an old version of Photoshop that did not require a subscription because it was a really, really old version. She did not recommend Photoshop because she's like, it's crazy expensive, and I don't even know how much Photoshop is, but I do know it is crazy expensive. And it's a subscription, and I don't want to pay money every single month for something that I don't use all the time. You know, if I was a professional book artist, if I did this for like a living, then absolutely sure I would download it. But for my purposes, I'm not a professional book cover designer, and I just have no need for Photoshop for a monthly basis. So I don't recommend doing that unless you really want to pay every month to use it. But I hear so many good things about Photoshop, so I was looking around for something that was, similar to Photoshop, or, what was the best book cover designing software. So I actually went to Google and I typed it in, and I came across a page on, if you listen to Mark Dawson's podcasts, like the Self-Publishing Show, I think it's called, he's got a website, it's like Self-Publishing Formula. Anyway, I came across a website, I came across a list of book cover software on that website, and one of the ones that he recommended was Affinity Photo. And Affinity Photo, the more and more I learn about this, is a lot like Photoshop. It's like Photoshop Lite, I guess you could call it. It does most of the same things that Photoshop does. I'm sure it's probably doesn't do everything that Photoshop does, but it probably does the basic things that you need it to do. So I looked into this Affinity Photo, and the one thing that I really, really like about it is the price. So first of all, it's not a subscription thing like Photoshop. It's just a one price. You pay it, you're done, it's yours. It works on Macs, it works on PCs. There's even an iPad version. And so the price is $50. $50, 50 US dollars. That is an amazing deal for what all this program can do, because I was reading about all the different things that it can do, and it looks like it can do some amazing things. $50, that is just, it's almost a steal. And so I went to their website, and they were offering a 90-day trial, which that is also really awesome. A 90-day free trial, that's 3 months, 90-day free trial. But then in addition to the 90-day free trial, they had the program, they had a sale going on, 50% off. Now, I don't know if that deal is still going to be going on by the time I post this video, but when I purchased the software last week, it was still going on. I decided to go ahead and buy it, even though I played around with it. I was still doing the free trial, but I just decided to go ahead and buy it, because if it was 50% off, that's only $25 that I had to pay. And $25, I mean, I don't mind spending $25. I mean, even $50 is not bad. But $25, yeah, sure, I'll just go ahead and buy it. And then, because I was worried that if I didn't go ahead and buy it, I would miss the sale. And I don't want to miss out on a deal. But it looks like it's 50% off. They're doing all this because of COVID, and they know that times are hard. So it's very, very generous of them to offer such an amazing deal. So go check out Affinity Photo. I'll put a link to Affinity Photo below. And so far, my opinions of Affinity Photo, I really like it. But I do think that there is a lot that I need to learn how. Like, I actually need to watch several tutorial videos on how to do this, because it does look a little bit complicated, a little bit above my head, but I feel like I can learn it. I wanted to do Affinity Photo because I feel like I can do some really amazing things to my book covers once I learn how to really use the program. So I'm going to show you some things that I made in BookBrush and in Affinity Photo. And I want to apologize beforehand. I don't have a way to share my computer screen. I don't really know how to do that yet. That's definitely a skill that I want to learn in the future. So you'll just have to make do with me filming my computer screen. But I just want to show you a little bit of what you can do in each of these programs and maybe help you decide if one of them is for you. Now, as you can see with Affinity Photo, it has got a lot of options, like right here along the side. It is a very detailed program. There's definitely a learning curve. Anything that I have done in Affinity Photo, I have had to Google because I don't know how to do it yet. But even though it's a difficult program to learn, I mean, I think it's going to get easier once I learn how. It's definitely going to require me to learn how to work this program, but so far I do like it. I have been playing around with it, and I'll show you some examples of some covers I've made. So this is an example of a book cover I made in Affinity Photo. It is not the final product. It's just really basically me playing around, but I was able to remove the background from the girl and put a different picture in the background. I was able to make text. This is obviously, like I say, it's not the final product. This is a stock image that I downloaded. I just downloaded the sample stock image, and it's still got the watermarks on it. So obviously not the final product. Just me playing around, but so far I like it because I see it's got potential. I could do a lot with it. And I've made another one, another background. Now this one I have to work on because the girl is kind of stretched out. There's another one I've made. I don't like the text of the title, so I'm going to change that. This is another one that I made, and I actually use the removal background tool, the website. I actually use the website, the background removal website, to remove the background from the couple. It's not a high quality image, but just for purposes of playing around, it'll do. So I think that one kind of looks cute. I like that one. This one, I really like this one. I was kind of able to put a Christmassy background around, you know, and I put a couple in there. And then this one, I kind of combined several images, a background picture with a couple and a dog. And here's my cover for One Big Mess that I had done, and it's a beautiful cover. She did such a fabulous job on it. And then with BookBrush, I was able to make some mock-ups. So like here's like an e-reader, like cover on a tablet, and also a 3D image, which is pretty cool. Now here's a cover that I made in BookBrush, an ebook cover. It's just a stock image, just the sample stock image, and I just kind of put the text on it. And it was actually pretty easy to make. And then I also experimented with some other book covers that I did a terrible job on. Now this right here, this is what I had saved, and that's a print ebook cover. And as you can see, it looks pretty good, but then when I click on the template that I saved, the picture looks kind of funny. So I don't really know what happened there. And then with this one, the text got all wonky. It was not supposed to be like that. And the picture, yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm doing in BookBrush either. I think it's pretty easy to use. You just put your picture there and, you know, put your text in there and you're good to go. But yeah, I don't know why these templates, these pictures are not working. I don't know why these templates are not showing up correctly when I click on them. I don't know why. See, that's what the text is supposed to look like on this one, but it looks like weird on this little preview here. Okay, here's that ebook cover again. I kind of fixed it to where I had it. Obviously, I have not finished this one, and this is just a test anyway. But I do like how you can actually make the like the back cover and kind of design the text on the back cover, and it leaves that little space for the barcode. And it actually was not too difficult. It's actually reminds me a lot of Canva. So it's pretty easy. Now, BookBrush does offer like a lot of free images. Like if you need a background picture, you can choose all these free pictures. And these are the ones that I think you should be very cautious about using because even though they're free, you really need to make sure you are allowed to use that picture. Well, I think that's going to do it for now. I'm still learning about book covers. If you make your own book covers, leave me a comment below. Let me know what program you use. Maybe there's a program out there that I haven't really explored yet and I'd like to take a look at it. Or if you use Affinity Photo or if you use BookBrush and you have an opinion about it, let me know about that too. Or if you have a book cover designer that you absolutely love, or if there's a site that you would recommend for going to book covers, also let me know that in the comments as well. I hope this video was helpful. If you find this content helpful, please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. It really helps me grow my channel. All right, see y'all later. Bye.